Paramount Plus and Fridays on CBS.
Nikki Glazer hosts the Golden Globes, live CBS January 5th and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Cold weather comes in. Winter begins tomorrow. Looks like we'll have some lake effect, at least for the Marquette area, with additional light accumulations.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, students in Wisconsin walk out of classes today to protest against gun violence following the deadly school shooting in Madison this week. Plus, now Starbucks employees are following the lead of Amazon workers going on strike right before the holidays. We'll have the latest. And we're live in Washington, D.C. as a new proposal is sent to the Senate to keep the government running. If it fails to pass, the government will shut down at midnight. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
The UP. This is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Things out for the Marquette area. Some early morning snow showers. Snow will continue for the balance of tonight into early tomorrow morning, and then it'll stay cloudy and cold. Temperatures not getting out of the teens by tomorrow afternoon, but most of the snow will have ended. Watch for those slick roads. In the meantime, temperatures throughout the area will stay pretty much in the mid to upper teens on the first day of winter this Saturday. Rest of the weekend forecast coming up later in the show. Kevin, back to you.
Tom, thank you. Students in Madison are standing up against gun violence. Merrill Hubbard talked to high school students who did a walkout this morning, in response to the shooting at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison, Wisconsin.
Here at West High, hundreds of MMSD students are starting their march to support Abundant Life Christian School and protest against gun violence.
My initial thought was devastation, but it was also anger in a way, that these children have to go through this, and as youth, we have to go through this.
The peaceful protest comes 5 days after the school shooting at Abundant Life.
It was so shocking that something so bad could happen here. I had to go home and just cry to my family that we're not safe anymore.
The tragedy has hit our community and revealed a reality that these students are surrounded by.
I have never lived in a world where there hasn't been a school shooting, where that hasn't been a threat. We live in a world where we're very desensitized to a lot of death and a lot of killing around us, and we wanted to, as a community, come together and speak out against this violence and this hatred.
After giving speeches in front of the school, West High School students led the march with hundreds trailing behind them. How does it feel to have hundreds of people walking behind you to protest against gun violence?
This is just truly amazing. I didn't think we would get this many people to come, but every single person basically from our school is here, and I think it's so important since it affects all of us.
The swarm of students walked more than 2 miles to the state capitol, where they had a moment of silence for the Abundant Life victims. They also had more student speeches centered on unity and eliminating violence in schools.
It being so close to home, it really hits especially hard. And I think that in my community, we want to get out and we want to fight for our right to a safe education. And I think seeing everybody here today, I know that change will come.
Starbucks baristas in 3 U.S. cities have walked off the job as Amazon workers in several states hit the picket lines for a second day. The strikes impacting 2 of the nation's largest companies come just ahead of the holidays. Donnie Bacchus reports from Los Angeles.
With the holiday rush officially on, some workers and drivers are holding the line at several Amazon distribution centers across the country.
We're out here to strike for higher pay, safe jobs, and job security.
Ruby Wiggins has been working for a third-party vendor, delivering packages for Amazon in Southern California.
We wear their uniforms, we enforce their policies, we drive their branded vans.
Amazon workers, led by the International Brotherhood of Teamsters Union, are pressuring the online giant for a labor agreement.
Corporate greed has got to stop. This is our message to them that we're not going to take it no more.
So far, Amazon appears to be ignoring those demands, arguing the striking workers are not direct employees of the company. Starbucks baristas at some unionized stores here in Los Angeles, as well as Chicago and Seattle, are also picketing, citing lack of progress in their contract negotiations.
They're using their right to basically let it be known that they're tired of not being paid, not being valued.
Treat your workers like you should.
Baristas across the country began striking earlier this year, calling for higher wages and more staffing.
Without the baristas, there is simply no coffee. It's common to skip breaks. It's common to not respect time off. I've realized that nobody else is going to fight for these things, so I have to do it.
Starbucks says it's ready to reach an agreement and is calling on the union representing its workers to return to the table.
Amazon says it doesn't expect strikes to impact holiday shipments. Organizers at Starbucks say their strikes will begin escalating every day until Christmas Eve unless an agreement is reached. Michigan is set to receive $57 million to upgrade and expand new secure broadband equipment. Also called Rip and Replace, the legislation will help replace broadband equipment at more than 300 sites across the state. As part of the National Defense Bill, the funds are from the National Secure Trusted Communication Networks Reimbursement Plan. The money will include $27 million to help Northern Michigan University upgrade its educational access network. The broadband lines supply high-speed internet access to thousands all across the Upper Peninsula.
It is literally a necessity of life to have high-speed broadband, and so that is why it is critically important that we expand it as aggressively as we can throughout the Upper Peninsula.
We have more from Senator Peters about that funding on our website, WZMQ19.com. The clock is ticking to finalize a government funding bill before midnight, or else there will be a shutdown. The House passed a measure a few hours ago, and now it's up to the Senate. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp joins us live from the U.S. Capitol. Rachel, good evening. You've been following this all day, obviously. So what are you hearing from senators?
Well, good evening, Kevin. Yeah, it's been a whirlwind of a day. The senators are now on the Senate floor. When we asked them, what time they think that they're going to be voting on this, they do think it's going to be around midnight or so. So we're just going to have to keep our eyes and ears on this. But Kevin, it's just been a pretty hectic time here at the Capitol, just trying to move this continuing resolution through. I just want to give you a quick recap as to all that what's happened here. Now, just a few days ago, President-elect Donald Trump and Elon Musk, who is tasked to advise Trump on government efficiency, weighed in on the spending bill, which set off a frenzy in the Capitol, essentially tanking that original bipartisan proposal. Trump then asked members to include a suspension of the debt ceiling in that funding bill, which ultimately failed on the floor. So all of today, lawmakers scrambled to finalize a new bill, which passed the House. Now it funds the government, provides disaster relief, and aid for farmers. But they left out Trump's debt ceiling suspension request. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer was asked about that.
Look, I think that the bottom line is that this would have been a very unfortunate time to add the debt limit to any agreement, any CR, and I'm very glad we didn't.
Now, Kevin, again, senators are working through this right now. They are on the Senate floor, but they're working on a different piece of legislation. So we're just going to have to see when they will take up this government funding measure. Kevin, back to you.
Rachel, thank you very much, as always. The Marquette-based tech startup Syncurrent has become the first artificial intelligence company to receive a grant from the USDA Rural Development Division. Syncurrent has received a $100,000 grant that it will use to help governments and tribal agencies navigate the complex process of securing grant funding. Co-founder Dhruv Patel believes his company can use AI to better target the right grant for the right purpose throughout the life of the grant.
So it's writing, identifying, understanding whether you're eligible or non-eligible, the compliance behind after you receive an award, how do you do your reporting and your budgeting and all that stuff. All of those items are called the grant life cycle.
One of Syncurrent's first clients was the city of Marquette, where Patel believes AI can save time and help generate more revenue. Coming up, Tom DeVecchio gives us your first warning weather forecast. Plus, Sarah Blakely talks with Aspirus Health about preventing winter injuries this season. And with time winding down to buy those last-minute Christmas presents, we'll hear how older gifts are becoming popular once again. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
John's Auto has been voted the #1 dealer to buy pre-owned vehicle for longer than I've been alive. If you're looking for a vehicle, or if you're looking for someone to help with your current car, or if you need to get yours looking like new again, come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Save big this holiday season at Kirkish Furniture's Christmas sale. This GE French door refrigerator with ice and water now only $16.99. Maytag top-load washer and matching dryer just $5.79 each. Restonic two-sided queen-size mattress just $5.99. Going on now in Houghton.
Attention families with a loved one in a nursing home. If your loved one has suffered from bed sores, falls, broken bones, dehydration, or even death, you may be entitled to a substantial settlement. If you have a loved one who is injured in a nursing home, we will find out what happened. State violations are found against nursing homes every day. You have a limited time to file your claim, so don't wait. Call 800-261-0666 and speak with one of our attorneys. The call is confidential and free.
Celebrate the season with Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette. Gathering with family and friends during the holidays will create cherished memories that will last a lifetime. Make the season even more special this year with a holiday engagement. Stop into Richardson Jewelers and choose the perfect engagement ring. Your family and friends will raise a glass in celebration. Make your holiday engagement special with Richardson Jewelers, downtown Marquette.
At Richardson Jewelers.
She's inquisitive.
What led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
Is your parents' car sounding funny? Do you hear any clunks, rattles, squeaks, or leaks? Tell them to call John's Auto Service Department for fast, friendly, and affordable service. Come see us at John's Auto Sales and Service, Marquette.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
Checking out the headlines here for Marquette. We'll have some snow showers right now. And while we've had winter-like weather certainly in December, finally catching up on the calendar here as winter officially begins tomorrow. Cold weekend is in store, and despite some lake effect here in the Marquette area tonight, the balance of tonight, most of the weekend should be fairly dry. Definitely on the cold side. So the lake effect quickly diminishes. See, by early morning on Saturday, most of the lake effect will have died out. And as the winds slowly shift to the south by the end of the day, that'll push any of the bands mainly offshore during the day on Saturday. Might even get a little sun for the afternoon, but the clouds come back in as we head towards Sunday. But overall, we're not expecting much in the way of precipitation. Snowfall totals here for the balance of tonight into tomorrow morning. Marquette, 2, maybe 3 inches just away from downtown Marquette. Most everyone else, though, looks like an inch or less on that north-northeasterly flow. The air will be drying out during the afternoon as well. That will also tend to keep the snow down. Of course, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Hanukkah, all starting there on the 24th and 25th, Hanukkah on the 25th. And the weather cooperating this year, no blizzards, no real bitter cold. In fact, we're not expecting much in way of precipitation for Christmas Eve. Of course, a lot going on, church services and other Hanukkah services. You're looking good weather-wise here on Christmas Day. Mild, festive. Even Kwanzaa is looking pretty good the day after Christmas for any activities there. Now, something that hasn't occurred in 46 years. That's the last time Hanukkah and Christmas were on the same day. You have to go all the way back to December 25th, 1978. So it's been a long time since the two have been on the same day. So your forecast for tonight, the lake effect, basically from the Marquette to Newberry corridor here, where we could get about 1 to 3 for tonight. Other areas not getting much, and temperatures dropping into the single digits. For Saturday, first day of winter, very winter-like, with some any snow ending early, but temperatures hardly or probably won't get out of the teens for the most part. After that, though, we're going to have decent weather for Sunday, partly sunny, some snow showers, maybe a light accumulation on Monday. Then Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Hanukkah on the 25th, Kwanzaa on the 26th. All 3 of these days are looking pretty good. Generally partly to mostly cloudy, not seeing any precipitation. In fact, that trend will continue for Friday. And as you mentioned yesterday, even into the new year, the weather is looking pretty tranquil and mild.
Tom, thanks very much. We are well into the season of shoveling, snow blowing, and probably taking a tumble on the ice a time or two. But sometimes a slip can hurt more than just your pride. WZMQ's Sarah Blakely shares some reminders for being safe outdoors this winter.
We've all been there. You're walking up the driveway with groceries in hand, and the next thing you know, you're face up on the ground after slipping on a patch of ice. Aspira's health professionals say there are a number of ways we can prevent falls and injuries.
Treat any area as if it were a risk.
Jennifer Clark, a community health educator with the Aging and Disability Resource Center of Central Wisconsin, says to keep your hands free to keep your balance or hold on to something while you're walking. Caitlin Eichman, a physical therapist, agrees and says proper footwear is key.
Good tread, non-slip soles, something that's pretty stable and secure on your feet, so no slippers.
But it's not just what's on your feet, it's how you walk.
Make your base of support a little wider. So think of your feet like penguin feet. You want to turn them outward a little bit, but take shorter, smaller steps and slow down your speed.
That can help when you're shoveling too. If shoveling feels like a workout, that's because it really is. Katie Zenner, also a physical therapist, says to start with a warm-up and stretch, take breaks when you need to, and just like at the gym, lift with your knees.
Bending with your knees and your hips, trying to keep your back straight, your core muscles pulled in tight, just to help protect that back.
Shoveling can also lead to a cardiac event for older adults, so remember that it's okay to ask someone to help you out.
Is there a neighbor? Is there a family member or a friend? So just thinking in advance about who those support people are.
Sarah Blakely, WZMQ 19 News.
For more resources on winter outdoor safety, head to WZMQ19.com. And if you procrastinated and are scrambling to buy holiday presents, there's still time to make those last-minute purchases. Topping some lists this year are gifts that were also popular decades ago. Bradley Blackburn has more on how in our digital world, analog still has staying power.
In the heart of Manhattan in the year 2024, a record store called Rough Trade is thriving. Holiday shoppers digging through LPs to give the gift of music in a package you can hold.
It's more personal and just shows a lot more care and thought.
Store manager George Flanagan has worked in record shops for decades, seeing vinyl sales flatline, then boom back.
We also see the 15-year-old Taylor Swift fan that, understands there's something special about having a physical record.
Over the last 8 years, vinyl album sales have grown nearly 300%, with nearly 50 million new records sold in 2023. CDs and even cassettes are making a modest comeback as physical gifts you can touch and hear.
We're hitting that point where people want to break from just staring at a screen.
It's not just analog audio. At one of New York's oldest toy shops, Mary Arnold Toys, many customers come in asking for low-tech gifts.
Battery-free, pretend play toys that the grandparents and parents are kind of gravitating towards, especially during this holiday season.
Board games are also big, mainstays like Monopoly, and a new Wicked game that's flying off the shelf. Then there are punch balls and other physical games families can play together.
You got it.
As some parents worry about the impact of digital devices on kids.
Simple dolls, magnetiles, anything that she has to create her own world versus one that's dictated by a program is better for us.
Retro gifts still surprising.
It's called classic for a reason, right?
This holiday season.
Mike Ludlam has your sports highlights when we come back. He'll start with Iron Mountain taking on Marquette in some high school basketball action. We'll be right back.
Tonight, Colbert's got Dua Lipa and puppies.
This is Laura. Laura types 100 words per minute.
Plus John Baptiste, CBS Tonight.
I think Auto Armor is a great product to prolong the life of your vehicle. Paint protection, rust proofing, interior, exterior protection. This will be the second vehicle that I have purchased. I think Auto Armor, again, prolong the life of the vehicle. It is an inexpensive investment for the longevity of a high-cost investment. I would recommend Auto Armor to anybody.
We're in the holiday spirit.
I get the gangster Holy Ghost. The spirit takes over me.
Snoop Dogg brings the family fun.
Corey once got grounded for.
I don't know, but her mama took the car. What did you get grounded for?
I don't think I could say on here.
Plus my friend Jeremiah.
I'm back.
The Jennifer Hudson Show, Monday at 5 on WZMQ TV CBS, followed by 19 News at 6.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent. That's the problem.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Powerful.
I don't know where you've been, but you're going to respect this courtroom. I'm going to throw you out real quick.
Mathis Court is in session.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Individual and adventurous. Journey to the world's most exotic, breathtaking locations. Pure Outdoor.
Good evening, everyone. The first Upper Peninsula Sports Writers and Sportscasters Association high school basketball pools will arrive January 7th. On the boys' side, Iron Mountain, Marquette, and Kingsford have a chance of leading Divisions 1 through 3 on the boys' side. Iron Mountain visited Marquette tonight, so we may learn something. We'll pick it up in quarter number 2 because the first quarter was tied at 9 for Iron Mountain. Gerald Sample Torres to Ian Martela, waiting for some screens. Oscar Kangas is there for the dunk, and the Mountaineers are ahead 13-9. Next Marquette possession, Kyler Sager with a stutter step, a drive, and a pull-up. Sentinels within 13-11. A short time later, Jacob McPhee scores after an offensive rebound. The Michigan Tech recruit had 19 points. Iron Mountain regains the advantage. Sample Torres to Evan Copley from the outside for 3, 16-14 black and gold. Iron Mountain does a very good job of setting screens and rolling off them for easy buckets. Copley to Sample Torres, and it's Mountaineers 18, Sentinels 16. A steal by Marquette's Jackson Jermu. Michael Couture will get the ball back to Jermu for the layup. He led all scorers with 22. We are tied at 18. Kyler Sager with a path to the basket. Why did we slow this one down? Because Connor Firestein slammed it home and kept Marquette close in the second quarter. Next, Sample Torres to Oscar Kangas. This is a long 2. Iron Mountain remains in front 26-22. Next, it will be Kangas to Sample Torres with the drive, scoop, and score. But near the end of the half, Ford Richardson will steal a pass, and he goes in to make the layup. The game was tied at 30 at the half. Marquette with a much better second half. Sentinels win this one 67-47. Let's go to Ishpeming Township. A close game between Negaunee and Westwood. We're tied at 63 right now, and the next thing you know, there's a steal and a miss by Ethan Marta, but Jacob Riddle will get that one in. The Patriots are up by 2. At the other end, Jordan Gannett will keep scrapping, puts that one up and in. We're tied at 65. We're in overtime, by the way. Westwood took the lead again. Damian Grans, followed by a free throw from Tristan Miller. Now Negaunee would answer right back at the other end with a three-pointer from Baron Heslip as he gets around the pick and puts that one down. And a short time later, Kyle Waterman will hit from the key off the rebound. Gannett will open up the second overtime. Oh yeah, we're not done yet with a basket there. Ethan Marta ended up with 43 points on the night to tie the game back at 73 right here. It was very close. A free throw down the stretch, and Negaunee hangs on to win this one 77-76 in double OT. Well, speaking of rivals, let's go to Delta County for Escanaba and Gladstone. It is Nick Garcia getting the ball, floating that one in from the baseline. We are tied at 4 halfway through quarter number 1. For the Braves, freshman Alex Prince starts the drive and then dishes the ball nicely to Aaron Hughes for that layup. 9-5 Gladstone after 1. Taylor Asgard between defenders puts it up and in off the window. Eskimos back in the lead. Stevenson may not be the smallest guy on the court, but he does have some shooting range. He's going to hit the three-pointer here. Escanaba up 15-11. Just before the half, Mike Rexford will get a basket. Gladstone led at the half 18-16, but Escanaba escapes with the victory 38-36. To the board here, Gavin Grondin, 21 points. Kingsford drops Elk Rapids 59-32. It was Menominee 70, Bark River Harris 28. Big Division 4 battle, Forest Park wins at home 62-56 over Munising. Hurley, 7 better than crossed border rival Ironwood 51-44. Calumet by 22 over Berga 55-33. Houghton 74, Lance 46. Colby and AJ Galeno combined for 43 as Norway romps past Rapid River 89-41. And it was Rudyard over Maplewood Baptist 70-48. Back to the video. Negaunee girls against the Westwood girls in the second game of the doubleheader. Isabel Marta makes it 5-2 for Westwood here by getting that one the drop. Negaunee would answer right back. Number 12 is still Gretel Johnson, driving and scoring. Negaunee kept the lead going for a while. Aubrey Johnson will get this next one to go. And the Miners won this one much easier than I would have guessed, 41-18. Numbers for the girls. Marquette holds off Gwynn 45-40. It was Kingsford slowing down Escanaba 45-29. Lance, a 1-point win over Calumet 52-51. Pickford drops Newberry 45-32. Brimley 8 better than Engadine 55-47. Cedarville Detour edged Rudyard 47-33. We don't know the Saints final with Sheboygan. We know St. Ignace won, don't know the score, but Jillian Frazier did go over the 1,000 point mark for her career. Thank you, Facebook. College basketball, the NMU women lose their first game of the season, 68-50 to Northwood. J.C. Weisbrot had 27 for the Wildcats. And the Michigan Wolverines women easily over Akron, 95-55. It was Greta Kemps-Schrader with 23 points for the Maids in Blue. Hockey, yes, we have hockey. Let's go to Marquette. Orchard Lake St. Mary is in the Red Sweaters, leading 1-0 in the third period on the power play. And R.J. Gallus will get the goal off the rebound right there from Charlie Roberts and Diesel Carrera. And that was a 2-0 lead. Eaglets, go on to win 2-0. They outshot Marquette 31-12. Hockey numbers. It was Houghton over Heartland 3-1, Trenton 3, Calumet 1. Aiden Miles, 4 goals and 2 helpers. Nolan Olivero, a goal and 3 helpers. Negaunee over Gaylord 7-2, and the Sioux downs Big Rapids 5-3. A Marquette senior high school tennis player will continue her career at Wisconsin Stevens Point. Peyton Bullock rose through the ranks with the Sentinels. As a freshman, she played 4th doubles, first doubles as a sophomore, first singles the final 2 seasons, and did very well in the Michigan-Wisconsin singles and doubles tournament this summer in Escanaba. She credits much of her success to Coach Carl Thompson.
Mr. Thompson has kind of pushed me to become like a great tennis player. I've had a few upsets, but he's kind of just like given me my confidence and motivation to keep going. Stevens Point reached out to me, but I had already been in the process of looking for colleges, and I've been looking at some of the UW schools, and I'd gotten a few offers, so then I also reached back out to Stevens Point, and we kind of came up with a plan to get me going.
Bullock also played basketball at Marquette Senior High School. The Red Wings lose to Montreal 4-3, and we will be right back.
New to Medicare? Recently moved or losing coverage? Then let us help break it down for you. First up, we have Medicare Part A. Consider your hospital insurance as your safety net, covering inpatient hospital stays, skilled nursing facilities, hospice care, and some home health care. It's the help for your peace of mind, ensuring that you get the care you may need when you need it. Now let's talk about Medicare Part B, your medical insurance. This is your key to most preventative services, outpatient care and doctor visits, from flu shots to screenings. Part B, you're at the forefront of proactive health care. If you enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan, the plan may provide all of your Medicare Part A and Medicare Part B coverage, and it is designed with you in mind, providing a wide array of coverage options for personalized care. Review your Medicare coverage options, ensuring it aligns with your evolving healthcare needs, from flu shots to screenings.
Call 800-208-7175. 800-208-7175.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
How to raise children.
Get out of here!
Dogs?
cat. Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
See what's bothering Archie on All in the Family.
Sundays from 8 to 10 on WZMQ MeTV. Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News. Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Why should you consider re-siding your home? Your home is the largest investment you'll make. Protect it with new siding installed by the experts at the Window Store. We offer a range of affordable, high-quality siding options, including premium ABC seamless steel siding with attractive financing options available. And we install all winter long across the entire UP. Schedule your appointment today and enjoy the Window Store experience for yourself. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
Lake effect snow showers will continue for tonight, mainly from Marquette to Munising, perhaps even into Newberry, where we get a couple of inches for tonight into early tomorrow morning. So we can get 1 to 3 more. So watch for those slick roads as you plan any travels. Of course, tomorrow is the first day of winter. Definitely winter-like. I don't see us getting out of the teens. And a little light snow primarily early in the day. We'll keep Sunday dry. And then for the holiday week, Monday does begin with some snow. We'll probably get a light accumulation here, kind of a wetter snow. You can see with temperatures near freezing. But after that, Christmas Eve looking good for any activities, even at night with services. Weather looking good if you have to travel to them. Christmas Day, which is also the same as the first day of Hanukkah, keeping it dry for Kwanzaa. Also mostly cloudy, looking good. And we're going to keep it dry right on into Friday. Kevin?
Thank you, Tom and Mike. I know Fridays are usually your busiest day of the week.
It is. It works out that way quite well. A couple other notes to pass along. NMU women's soccer coach John Sandoval has resigned after 5 seasons. He is making a trip to the South, going to Chicago to take over at Division I Loyola University of Chicago. Don't say that one too fast. In the NBA, Cleveland 124, Milwaukee 101. Yeah, that's worse than Pistons. No, not as bad as the Pistons lost last night. Never mind. Football on Sunday. Lions at the Bears. That's at 1 o'clock from Soldier Field. And the Packers play the Saints Monday night in New Orleans. So go Lions.
Also have some college football playoffs going on right now, Mike.
Notre Dame's going to defeat Indiana. It's 27-11 in the last minute.
Yep, just about over. And it looks like Notre Dame's got it.
Go Hoosiers.
Go Hoosiers.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. Thanks a lot, Mike. And thank you all for watching. That's all the time we have. We'll see you on Monday.
Fox, friends and family pricing for everyone. Lease a 2024 Ford Escape ST Line all-wheel drive for $389 a month for 36 months with $1,000 due at signing. The best deals of the year are at Fox Marquette Ford. Experience the difference.